This is Elisabeth Clay.
Or the knee bar, gets the submission, Liz Clay.
Elisabeth Clay is one of the best female American BJJ black belts in the game today. She's a fight to win heavyweight champion. She's also a no-gi world's champion, a no-gi pants champion multiple times, and she's also a Pan Am's champion in the gi. Her whole game revolves around having a super flexible guard and always hunting the submission from the guard. And in today's episode, we're going to talk about Elisabeth Clay versus Thalyta Silva and how Elisabeth Clay was able to win her Pan Am's championship in 2023. So I wanted to start the video off talking about some guard retention things to be aware of. As Elisabeth Clay is playing this lasso, Silva's able to strip the lasso grip on Elisabeth Clay's left leg, leaving it dangling. Now Silva's able to start her guard pass, but Elisabeth Clay brings her left leg back over the top of Silva's head as she gets into a tripod position, anchors herself to the belt, and saves herself from the guard pass. However, Liz is not out of danger yet because Silva still has a dominant pant grip with her left hand on Liz's right pant leg, preventing her from fully recovering the guard. So actually Liz is in a very precarious situation here, and Silva is the one that has the dominant passing position with her tripod stance. So here we're going to see her step over the right leg of Elisabeth Clay and start walking to her right, Liz's left, to start setting up the stack pass position. Liz is going to stop the stack pass on her left side by reinforcing her frames by grabbing the belt grip and keeping her left leg active, and that's going to stop Silva from passing to that side. Now Liz is going to start using her left hand to frame against the knee of Silva and try to get her guard back in front of her. Silva's still going to have a dominant grip of Liz's right pant leg and forcing it out, giving her the opportunity to set up more guard passes. In this next clip, we see that Elisabeth Clay is still stuck in this stack passing-ish position, but now she's able to kind of shoulder walk and keep her upper body heavy while she gets her guard back in front of her. Silva's going to kind of pull Liz's body up onto her body to make it easier for her to stand and start initiating the stack pass once again. But Liz has excellent flexibility with her guard retention and is able to put her feet over her head and continue with the guard retention, stopping the stack pass from occurring. In our next clip, we see that Silva has abandoned the stack pass position and now has to deal with the 4 points of contact that Liz has with her guard. Now Liz is going to start playing a spider guard on her right side and start using her left foot to get into a lasso position. This is all but going to kill Silva's momentum in the guard pass. Now she has to deal with breaking the lasso grip and also dealing with the spider. So she's able to deal with the spider a little bit there, but Liz is going to start inverting and getting on her shoulder, keeping those strong grips and pushing Silva back and then getting her feet back in front of her. Again, we see Liz playing a very solid lasso belt grip position here, really pulling Silva in. Silva's going to start using some up and down movement to try to get a stack pass, but Liz is just going to be able to bring her feet back inside the fold and keep 4 points of contact, preventing any type of guard passing situation. In this clip, we finally have full disengagement from both athletes, but Liz is going to be able to grab a sleeve grip and start setting up a very unique position with her body. Watch as she sits over her hip. She now has the option to attack single legs or wrestle up into her opponent Silva, or she can sit back on her hip and pull into guard position. And since she's had no issues with her guard so far, she's going to pull into a collar sleeve position by sitting back on her hip and extending her left leg in for a lasso position. And now we're going to see Elisabeth Clay utilize this guard position to get into a devastating leg lock submission. She's using her left leg as a lasso, and with her right leg she's going to set up the spider guard grip to off balance Silva. Once Silva steps forward, she drops her hand from the spider guard and then grabs Silva's right leg. Silva's going to clear herself of the grip by dropping to her knees, and Liz is going to extend her way, and now Silva is in danger, so she's trying to vacate from the situation, but Liz is able to get her left leg over the top of Silva's left leg and chop her down. Now that Silva's chopped down, Liz has the option of the toe hold and the knee bar set up. So what Liz is going to do is she's going to start turning this into a toe hold position. Silva's going to have to respect the toe hold by extending her foot and grabbing to make her foot straight, but in doing so, making her foot straight, Liz is able to turn it into a knee bar position, extend her hips upwards, and get the tap for the finish. So let's get right into the takeaways. Here Liz is able to use the shallow lasso and the spider guard position to keep a not only defensive guard but also an offensive guard position and really stop Silva from even thinking about passing the guard. Liz is also able to use inversions and also keeping 4 points of contact to really stifle the guard passing game of Silva. In the second takeaway, Liz chains one footlock submission into a second footlock submission, going for the first one to use that to set up the second one when Silva tries to defend. So ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching and thank you guys for supporting the channel. It truly means more than you know. And in other exciting news, I have recently partnered up with Imposed Will to do a 10-day pre-sale of Arsenio BJJ rash guards and Arsenio BJJ shorts. I'm going to leave a link in the description, but if you know anything about Imposed Will, they are a gi and no gi clothing brand and they do a lot of partnerships with people in the Midwest. So make sure you check that out. Make sure you buy some of the Arsenio BJJ gear if that's your thing and rep it on the mats. So ladies and gentlemen, that is the end, like I said, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace.